Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we all doing? Hope you are well. Big up everybody. I'm back. I had a bit of a break. I didn't bother with the Man City preview. I didn't bother with the Man City watch along or the review. I've been a bit busy, as you guys well know. I'm moving house soon. And I thought, what's the point? We're only going to fucking lose anyway. And I was right. But we're back. Of course, we've got a massive, massive game on Thursday, arguably the biggest game of Arsenal's season this season. And we need to win. We need to win. Of course, we'll all remember the first leg, 1-1 draw. Bit of a disappointing 1-1 draw. But I'm joined today by a very special guest. You guys may know him, of course, from AFTV. He also has his own channel, the voice of reason, the man himself. We have Claude in the building. How are we doing, Claude?
How are you, Brandon? Are you okay, mate? Nice. Thanks for inviting me on, mate. Thank you for inviting me on.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, like I say, I've been following you for a long, long time, mate. AFTV days. It's time to go.
It's no longer anymore, AFTV, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly, yeah. And I see you on Lee Gunner's channel a lot as well on the regular. I also follow your channel as well. So, yeah, big up to you, mate. You're making some great content, and it's nice to hear somebody who's also on the same side of the fence as me, which is it's time to go. And yeah.
Well, I want us to be successful. I don't want to keep saying this. I've done it with Emery. I wanted Emery to be successful, but unfortunately, it wasn't happening. And I was one of the first to say before Baku, I thought he should have gone. But when I see this guy now, I think it's worse record at the moment than what Emery was. So
I agree with you, mate. I 100% agree with you. But unfortunately, we are one of the I'd say it's probably a 50-50 split now, To begin with, I think there was more Arteta in than Arteta out. But I think a lot of people are starting to realise now that this season's not been good enough. But let's just put Arteta to one side for a moment because, of course, I want to get to know Claude, the man, and Claude, the Arsenal fan. So, first question for you, Claude, is when did you start supporting Arsenal? And what made you start supporting Arsenal?
Well, no, because I was about a mile away from the football ground. So, and of course, as a little, I was born in where was it? Just by on St Mary's Hospital. It's not there now, in Archway, and I lived in Tollington Way, and then went on to Cornwallis Road. We moved to Cornwallis Road, which is not up the road, but not far from the Arsenal ground itself. So that's how I was. I didn't start going to football because my dad wasn't really interested, or I didn't start going till the first game I went was 1972. But I always listened on the radio before that, and that was at the age of 10. My dad decided to bring me, so we went together, and from then on, my love for the clubs grew and grew.
Yeah, of course.
I believe it.
I'm in a bit of a sticky one here because, I had a stepdad who supported Arsenal, and he was a big part of my life for many, many years, since I was very young, very, very young. But my dad supported Manchester United, and the two of them were a little bit like, come on, boy, you got to pick a team. Which one are you going with? And I'm like, oh, which one? And it was at the time as well, because I'm only 24. So it was at the time where both teams were at the top of their game. It was the time where, they was both vying for the title every single season. It was either Arsenal or Manchester United. And I think it was the football, that I fell in love with. Arsenal's style of play, although Man United often probably won more than us. you know, I kind of fell in love with
But
Arsenal. And
they play good football as well, but in a different way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know what you're saying.
exactly,
We
exactly.
were a joy to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, and players like Henri, Bergkamp, you know, even Ian Wright as well. And yeah, I just kind of got my affiliation with Arsenal through my stepdad type of thing. I've been to the Emirates, you know, a handful of times, you know, because I don't live in London or anything like that. I'm from Lincolnshire, so I'm more local
Oh,
to like Peterborough United sort of thing.
I've been there. I've been there for a friendly, London Road.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's quite a place. Yeah, I've been there for. We actually I think we lost. Yeah, we did. We lost the game 1-0. It's a pre-season friendly. Can't remember
yeah,
who scored, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it was awful then as well. But that's a. When was it? 2000 and I think that might have been 2003, 2005 or something. I can't remember exactly, but that's what I've been. It's all right. It's not bad, little grand. It's not bad, little grand
yeah.
for the
It's all
next
right.
area.
It's not too bad, but yeah, like I say, I've been to the Emirates a handful of times, and then this one particular time, my old man said to me, "I've got tickets, Arsenal, Manchester United. It's at Old Trafford." I was like, "All right, okay." And he said to me, "The only thing is, you're going to have to sit in the Man United end." I'm like, "Oh, okay, not a problem." And it was that 8-2 game, and I was
So
sat there in the Man
my phone
United end.
going off. Sorry, my
That's
phone's
all right,
going off.
mate. That's all right. But I was sat there in the Man United end watching them score 8 goals against us, and yeah, the worst day of my
Yeah,
life.
that was a hard one to take, and I remember the funny thing. Oh, this phone. I have to switch off in a minute. Now, the funny thing about that game was, I don't know if you know Ty. You know, I've heard of
Yeah,
Ty.
yeah.
And all he done, he was, you know, it was before the fan camps actually come out. But there was someone doing a Manchester United thing outside asking for people's predictions, and he said, "Oh no, Arsenal will win 3-2," and and we ended up losing 8-2. And he comes on the coach, and he was starting to blame the referee.
No, God.
So that's Ty for you. That's Ty.
He loves blaming referees, doesn't he? Even the rain at one point, weren't it, as well?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Exactly. I mean,
yeah,
that's
you gotta love Ty. You gotta love Ty. But yeah, I just wanted to get a bit of background on you, Claude, and stuff like that. So yeah,
yeah, I know. But you said 24. That would be you born when Wenger joined. Then no. Hold on.
96.
Yeah, so you were born when Wenger took over
Yeah,
the club. Yeah, all right.
yeah.
So
So all I really
see,
know,
this is what you saw. Oh well, no, actually, you thinking about it, you barely just saw the good things, yeah, because you're still very young, aren't you?
just
So,
about, mate. Yeah,
and then
I
when you
remember
get into about 10, it's all starting to go wrong, isn't it?
exactly,
Yeah,
mate. Exactly. So,
I
but
see.
even so, even as a young fan, you know, you
Mm.
can't drop your expectations. And, you know, we're going to get straight into it. Arsenal, Man City. What did you make
Oh,
of the game?
well, I can't believe I heard a lot of fans and saying on social media saying, "Oh yeah, but why are people upset? We only lost 1-0, didn't we? We all expected to lose." My problem was that you're not Man City if you watch their game against Everton and against Liverpool, they had to work their balls off to win it. They had to work. They didn't have to work against us. They were in first gear, and we couldn't do. We were doing nothing. There was no pressing. There was nothing going on there at all. I don't know what. We didn't take the game. It looks like we were resigned to losing already before, you know. And it was. I thought it was a very, very poor. I mean, you could say it was only 1-0, but I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, did we only have one shot on target in the whole game?
Mm-hmm.
If I
Oh, yes.
Bamian went on a missing. Yeah, it was really, really poor. And it seemed to me the way half time, because they could have been 2 or 3 up at half time, to be honest with you. I mean, there was the goal, which I couldn't believe, where this guy's 6 foot, and Sterling is completely jumped him in the air and scored. I can't believe that. It's not the first time Holding, though. He seems to have a habit of marking space, doesn't he? He done that against Villa. Got caught in the first minute, wasn't it? Against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. Could have been 3-0. If that Sterling had a good chance as well, he could have. He messed up. I think he had another two good chances. And then I think maybe at half time, I think Guardiola must have said, "Oh, come on, take it easy. It's my mate there. That's not embarrassing." Because in the second half, they were knocking the ball about comfortably, but they weren't really pushing for that second and third goal. And so to be honest with you, very, very disappointing. And I don't know, mate. People are telling me, and I keep hearing that this is a project that needs to be over for 2 or 3 years. This and that we're doing. But I'm looking at teams like West Ham who've got weaker squad than us. They're 11 points clear. What's that all about then? You know what I'm saying? It's not on.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, mate. I totally agree. Like I say, from my perspective, looking at that game, everybody was saying, "Oh, it's Man City. We didn't expect to win in any way, and this, that, and the other." And I kind of get that, you know. I get that we didn't really expect to win the game, but it's the way, it's the manner of the performance.
Yeah, but Brendan, I agree. But I remember, we played better teams. We played bigger teams than them. I remember Barcelona had the best team in Europe at one time. They came to the Emirates, right? We didn't have none of this crap. Oh, well, we expect to lose. We went for it, and we beat them 2-1. All right, we didn't go through, but we gave it a bloody go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly, mate.
There's no excuse for that, mate. No excuse at all.
Yeah, no, I get you. It's like the players were already defeated before the game had even kicked off. You know, that's how I felt about it. It's the manner of the attitude as well of the players. Like you said, Man City were in first gear for that game. There was even times in the midfield where they was walking with the ball, and nobody was putting any pressure on them whatsoever.
No.
And it's just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. You know what I mean? It's Arsenal all over. That performance is Arsenal all over. We have performances where we can start well and play well, like for example, like we did against Leeds. But then too many times we don't turn up. And our biggest problem, I feel, is that we don't start games quick enough. It's always we're relying on a second half performance to drag us out the mess that we've created in the first half. And it's not good enough. It really isn't good enough. And people like to say to me, "Oh, yeah, but it's the players, not the manager." Where's it stem from? You know what I mean? The manager is the guy who's got to get the players up for the game. And some of his decisions is just absolutely appalling. Like, for example, I feel that Bukayo Saka, most of his best work has come on the right-hand side for Arsenal. Nicolas Pepe, when he's played well on the left-hand side. I know. Let's swap them over. I mean, Hector Bellerin as well, starting week in, week out, no matter what. Granit Xhaka as well, week in, week out, no matter what. And a lot of people will keep saying to me as well, "Oh, you've got to give him time. He needs to get rid of the dead wood and bring his own players in." But Granit Xhaka and Hector Bellerin and Rob Holding are his go-to guys. They're the guys who he plays week in, week out. They're the guys who no doubt he's going to give new contracts to. It's honestly, and I don't get the affiliation with this manager either. I know he's played for Arsenal, but I don't understand where all of this Arteta can't do no wrong has come from. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't feel like Arteta is the only issue at Arsenal. And I know you
No,
probably feel the same.
No, it's far from it. And the recruitment is poor. There's no real I don't know if there's any real communication with the owner between the recruitment and the management. I don't know. I think it's all. You have to. I think if you want a successful club, you've got to be all on the same level, from the top of the tier right down to the bottom. And we're not there yet. We're not there. No one is on the same level. No one is on the same page at the moment, and that's the problem. Big problem.
Yeah, exactly. See, I said on Lee's channel, because Lee invited me on a couple of months ago or something like that. A lot of people like to blame Stan Kroenke a lot. See, I'm on that fence where it's like, yes, Stan Kroenke is part of the problem, but make no mistake about it, he doesn't know anything about football.
You know what? You're exactly saying what I'm thinking. Actually,
yeah.
I'm drumming that also. He knows nothing about football, and he's relying on people that are advising him to put the right people in the recruitment, and that's where it's all going wrong.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, you're right.
You know, what kind of club puts not only a manager in charge who's not got any experience, but effectively what we've got is we've got 3 people in charge of the football inside of Arsenal who have never done the job before until they joined Arsenal. Vinay's never been whatever job it is he does. Edu's never been a technical director, and Arteta's never been a manager. So whoever's putting these guys in charge is a joke and needs to be sacked anyway. It's just disappointing to see how far Arsenal have fallen. It is ridiculous, you know. And I don't know about you, Claude, but I don't see us winning a Premier League title anytime soon. I feel like if we're going to win any sort of title in the next 5-10 years, we're going to have to drop down to the Championship.
Definitely not this season. Definitely not next season. The season after. Maybe if they get themselves sorted out, but this is. I don't know how it's going to happen, because if we don't get into European football next year, what sort of recruitment are we getting in? What sort of players are we getting in for next season?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's expecting a massive summer as well, and massive overhaul. All these wages off the bill.
They owe a lot of money as well, so I don't know whether that will affect the transfer budget. But Bellerin, I think they might offload Bellerin, which I think is the right thing to do. Lacazette, I think, will go. So that should create. I think Lacazette will go, and I think that will create more money. My worry, to be honest, is the mind of Aubameyang. He don't seem to be up in the right. I mean, I know he got a good hat trick against Leeds, but I watched him. I was very. Someone said I rated him at Benfica. I gave him a 6, and someone said to me, that's a bit harsh. No, but I liked his work rate to get in those positions. I know he missed some, but on Sunday I thought he was shocking. He didn't work hard enough. He didn't do anything. He was just walking around, and it's not acceptable. But I don't know about you, but I think we need a proper centre forward that is good in the air, on the ground. Someone, that's good in the air as well. Because we seem to we put these crosses in, and there's no one in the box. There's no one that's capable of getting on the end. We need that type of centre forward.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with you as well. Like, funnily enough, we could have had one of them for £20 million, but he went to Borussia Dortmund instead. Haaland, imagine if he was playing for us now. You know what I mean?
You won't be getting in for 20 million now, mate.
No way, exactly. And with regards to, like, I think we can agree that we're not going to challenge for any sort of title anytime soon. So what do you feel like we need, and how many players do you feel like we need in the summer in order to get ourselves back into the top 4 again?
Well, I think we need a good solid right back. I wouldn't be. See, with the money restrictions we've got, maybe maybe someone like Lamptey at the right back. Midfielder, we need. There's now talk that we're going to give Ceballos a new we're going to sign up Ceballos. I'd rather try and get an upgrade rather than get Ceballos. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than pay 25 million, I'd rather get an upgrade on him. So that's another what we need. We need to get rid of Elneny. I think that needs to be done. I don't know what your thoughts on Granit Xhaka. I don't see. I think if we can get good money for him, I'd sell him.
Oh yeah, all day long.
So someone alongside Thomas Partey, something creative, a little bit more creative. Good number 8. I think I think we do need that centre forward, a proper centre forward.
Yeah.
I might be controversial here. I might actually cash in on Aubameyang and see if we can get some money for him as well and get a proper number 9.
Do you think we'd be able to do that though? Because he is on high wages. Is anybody going to pay him 370 grand a week?
That's the problem. That is the problem. Yeah. It's a lot of work to be done in the summer, mate. This summer is very crucial for Arsenal. Very, very crucial. Because
I agree.
We've got rid of this deadwood. There's no excuses now. We've got a lot of off the wage bill. So now we need to do some clever recruiting. And sometimes you can get good players in the championship as well. You know, there's some good players. Is it Buendia from Norwich? These are good players, and don't have to be some star from European country. It could be in the championship where you can get these players. You just got to be very clever what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. See, for me, I feel like we need at least 5 players minimum in the summer. I can name you 5 players right now.
What's encouraging is that we've got a lot of good young players, but the project can't be. We still need to mix it up with experience as well. I mean, we've got.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Odegaard whether he'll be committed though to Arsenal. I think if he does develop good, I think Real Madrid won't let him go, and he'll probably want to go back to Real Madrid. So that one puzzles me. But we need some. Smith Rowe is very, very good. I love Smith Rowe, but he's still very young. He's going to be in and out because of his age as well. Bukayo Saka, I'm worried about this season, but running into the ground this season as well. So we've got some good young players there, mate. We've got Kieran Tierney at left back. Although I didn't like the way he got beat there on that. He didn't close that guy down well, did he, on Sunday? But maybe that's because he's just coming back from injury, so I think he can be excused that. Centre halves, I like Gabriel. I think he's slowly coming back, but then he weren't playing. I'm not a fan of Holding. Louise is like an accident every 2 games, but I think we need to, and they're thinking of extending his contract, which I can't understand, but here we go. I mean, there is a lot of things that we need to do, but it's. But at the moment, we've got to think about Thursday and getting through Thursday, isn't it? That's the main thing at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah, Thursday is definitely the most important game of our season, I'd say.
I think we'll be okay Thursday. I think we'll be okay. I mean, a lot of people were moaning about the game. I thought we controlled the game. It's just if Aubameyang puts those chances away, we're cruising in this second leg. So I wasn't very impressed with Benfica. It's probably one of the worst Benfica sides I've ever seen. I think we will beat them. I think we will if we just got to put a performance in, and that's it on Thursday night. And maybe that's what they were saving themselves for on Sunday. Maybe they're saving it from Thursday, but it's got to happen on Thursday because if we lose Thursday, mate, there's going to be a lot of meltdowns, mate. A lot of meltdowns everywhere.
You'll be getting one from me, mate. Trust me. I've already told people if we lose on Thursday, that's our season over. And We're in February. It's not good enough.
But
So
I don't. To be honest with you, if we can't get top four, I don't even want to be in that Europa League again next year. To be honest, can't stand this competition, mate. So I think we've got, Thursday's very important. The only worry is that I think we'll get through Thursday, but it's what lies ahead in the next round, because all this you got Manchester United coming out. I think AC Milan are in it still. You got Spurs are still a strong side still in Europe. Mourinho in Europe over 2 legs is very dangerous.
You got Leicester in there as well.
Leicester, yeah. So there's some good teams, you know what I mean? There's what was the other one? Villarreal, Emery's team is still in there. So that'd be interesting if it comes up against Villarreal in the next round. I wouldn't be surprised, because in the next round there's no seedings. It's just, you could play an English club in the next round, so it's a straight draw. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, how do you feel about Benfica then? I mean, I'm confident. I'm confident of winning the game. I'm confident.
I'm slightly confident. I'm like you as well. I'm pretty confident that we'll go through, but I'm just a little bit reserved. Mainly not so much because of Benfica, but because of Arsenal. Because, like I said earlier, sometimes we turn up and we're exceptional, but too many times this season we just think, oh, it's going to be an easy 3 points today. We won't bother turning up, and then that's when we lose. Our concentration levels in the first half is ridiculously poor. Just depends on us, really. But I do kind of feel like Benfica, like, were they poor, or was it just the way that they were set up? Was they trying to set up to try and get a draw in the first leg to then take it to us in the second? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see whether they improve or not. But
if you look at their record in Portugal at the moment, they've defensively they've done really well. They've only conceded about 16, but they've not got much threat up front there. I mean, it was another 0-0 draw at the weekend. They had another 0 draw against a team that's third from bottom in their league. So I feel that if we get one, I can't see them scoring 2. I cannot see them scoring 2 goals. I can't see that team. What I see, I can't see them getting 2. So we just got to get 1 goal. And also, they've got to come out now, because 0-0 and we're through. We're through. 0-0 takes us through. So that could be a bit of a thing with us. They might think, oh, 0-0. They might, in 2 months, shall we hold on for 0-0? That's a dangerous scoreline to hold on, because they can nick one. So I don't know. I think we'll be okay. I think we've got enough. We've got enough to beat them. We should have been, if you look at the first leg, we should have been outside at half time. I mean, that had chance from Aubameyang right in front of goal. It was easier to score than miss for me.
Yeah, it was criminal, that miss. Absolutely criminal. You'd bet your house on Aubameyang to put that chance away. What do you on Aubameyang as well? Because obviously he's been very, very poor this season. What do you make that down to? Because for me, I'm kind of questioning now. Like, obviously he signed a new contract, but I'm questioning as to whether they promised him that they would get better players in and around him, and we'd push for a top 4 place and get back in the Champions League, and then it never really happens. So I don't know whether there's something else going on behind the scenes. I know he's had issues with his mum's health and stuff like that.
That's what.
But I don't know, mate. Do you think there's a deeper meaning?
I think there's a lot maybe outside of football that might be affecting him. I don't know. Maybe that might be the reason. And we're so reliant on him now. We have been very reliant on him that he's had to come in and play anyway. So it's hard. It's a hard one, really. Look, his mum's not been well. I think something else happened there as well, but I don't know exactly. There's a lot of rumours going around, but there's something out in his life that's not right at the moment outside of football that could be affecting him. And there's also the possibility that because he's just got a new contract, he's probably more relaxed now that he's got the new contract, and that's not helping. You know what I'm saying? So I think I think they'll be all right tomorrow. I think I don't know if he's going to go with this, what sort of team he's going to go with tomorrow, but I think he'll be all right. I think I can't see Benfica getting 2 goals. I mean, one, and I can see us scoring. So I can't see us going out of this competition. But as I said, that even if we get through, that's when it gets hard, because the next round and the opposition gets harder. Look at Spurs. Spurs had an easy game, didn't they? In their round, didn't they? They had a really easy game. But now it gets harder, because you're getting all the teams that won their group, the ones that were finishing second were the really poor sides. And let's face it, Rangers not free. Glasgow Rangers not free past these, didn't they? In the group stage. So, and they finished second to Glasgow Rangers. So we if we don't get through this, then there has to be questions to be asked. There must be questions to be asked. We can't get through this one.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. I agree. I'm just going to get into a couple of comments, and we'll do a start 11 that you would go with, and then we'll do a score prediction if you like, and go from there. So we've got Leo in the chat. How are we doing, Leo? He says it's time to go, Arteta. We also have Alexander in the chat. How are we doing, Alexander? Hope you're well. He says, hello, Brandon and Claude. Hope you guys are doing well. We're all good, mate. We are all good. Here we go. Lots of praise here for Claude. Lots of praise. Yeah, Leo says Claude is a true legend of the fan base. Says it how it is. And like you, Brandon, know what our club's worth and where it should be. And that's the top. 100%. We've got Matthew here, who's a City fan, who says Ty is the main show for AFTV after the game. Did you see the little Valentine's thing that they did for him?
Oh yeah, I think he was more interested in the pizza, wasn't he?
The way he took that onto his plate, oh my god!
Ty boy, mate.
That's brilliant.
It's Ty, mate. Many times we've been out eating with Ty, mate. Yeah, he's
how long have you and Ty known each other? How long have you and Ty been friends?
I've known Ty since because once he came up, we'd drive, because I used to drive to games, yeah, and I think I used to always drive, and we had a lot of characters in the car. Anyway, I used to be the one that drove, pick them up, and then take them back, and then eventually I went on the coach, because I just had about enough of driving. You know what I mean? So, but Ty came on the once on the car with me once, and then we started I started going on the coach, and we always used to argue on the coach, mate. It's always arguments, always arguing. You know what I'm saying? Even if after defeats, the amount of arguments on that coach, mate. Sometimes I wanted to throw him on, because he used to be on the side where by the hard shoulder. I wanted to push him out onto the hard shoulder, mate. That's how bad I felt. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what I've known him since about 2007. I've known him, so that's about 14 years.
A long old time.
We're not talking at the moment.
No. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Things happened at AFTV, which I should have been backed over, but by certain individuals in there, and I won't go into it, but that's why we're not really talking at the moment.
Yeah. No, understandable, mate. Understandable. Stevie here says, how you doing, Brandon? Did you miss me? Can't wait for Thursday, because I support both. So I can't lose, but Benfica are going to go for it. Stevie was right last time, actually, because I was sat here going, oh, come on, Benfica, they're sat fourth in the league. We should absolutely ruin these. They're not the Benfica of old. And he said to me in the chat, he said, you're not giving Benfica much respect there, mate. You know, they're a tough side, especially to break down. Charlie Hall says, sell Lacquer and get Ivan Toney. What do you make of that, Claude?
He's the guy from Brentford, isn't he? Is he at Brentford?
Yeah, he was actually at Peterborough at one point as well.
Yeah, very highly rated. He's quite highly rated, isn't he? And you know what? This is why I say don't turn your nose down at Championship. Look at this guy from that joint from Villa. What's his name? Forward. Scored against us. What's it? My name has gone out of the head. The Villa guy that scored.
What's his?
Watkins, isn't it? Ollie Watkins.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing really well in the Premier League this year, isn't he? He's really doing well, and you know that could be a good signing as well. You can't turn your nose up at these players. I mean, never forget we bought Lee Dixon, we bought what do you call it? Steve Bold, and all these players. You know, look what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? So don't turn your nose out at these things.
Exactly. We've got another shout here for right back from Leo. Says James Tavernier from Rangers has to be priority, available for 15 million. He will transform our right side and is as good as Tierney, who came from the same league.
I haven't seen the guy play, but
no, me neither. To be fair, so I can't really say too much on that.
Yeah, I can't really comment, but these are all good qualities, yeah.
And then we've got another comment from Sahal, who says, Brandon and Claude, at what point does Arteta get fired?
Well, I've been told by a lot of people that are involved in everything that he won't get, even if we get in the bottom half and don't win the Europa League or things like that, he'll be still here. They come start of the season. So I even if I think we lose tomorrow, I don't think there'll be any different, mate, to what it is now. There'll be a lot of meltdowns, but I don't think this ball will not do anything at the moment because they want to be proved right. They put a lot into this so-called project that they're going to try and see it right through.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I can't see anything changing anytime soon, no matter how bad it gets. Because if we're being real, that run that we went on just before Christmas, where we was losing every game, he would have been sacked by then if he was going to be sacked. I think because we was
Frank Lampard came to his rescue, didn't
he? yeah, exactly. So, Claude, what would be your starting 11 for the Benfica game?
I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go in goal Leno. I'm gonna change it a bit. I'm gonna go Cedric right back instead, and I'm not sure whether he'll do that, but I'm gonna go Cedric right back. I'm gonna go to the centre halves. I'm gonna go Gabriel, and I think just because I think we just do need a bit of experience on a night like this. I'm going to go with Luis, but I'm not a great fan of his. Then I'm going to go to 2. So I'm going to go 4-2-3-1 to 2. I'm going to go for
Tierney at left.
Thomas Partey fit now. This is the thing. I don't know whether
Partey's fit. Thomas Partey is back in training, apparently.
I'm going to go with Partey and Granit Xhaka. Then I'm going to go Saka on the left, Pepe on the right. I'm going to go Smith Rowe, and I'm going to go and give Aubameyang as well.
Aubameyang again, yeah. I'm going to go... Do you know what? My lineup will be very, very similar to that. The only thing that I might change is probably put Lacazette up front and then Aubameyang on the left, Saka on the right. Yeah, I think I'd go with that because I think Lacazette offers that little bit of link-up play that we probably might need in tight spaces as well. He's good at holding the ball up as well. And I feel like he'd probably be disappointed that he's been dropped because he hasn't played for a little while now. And he weren't doing too bad. Like, he's not exceptional, but, you know, he was scoring goals and not playing too badly. If I was him, I'd be very disappointed to have been dropped. But I don't know how you feel on that one, Claude, about Lacazette.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I just feel, I do feel that we need the goal, and the one man that will score, I think, will be Aubameyang. That can get goals for us as Aubameyang, although he's not doing it at the moment. I think on a game like this, I think we do need to play Aubameyang up front. But yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I'd play, mate. If I'm playing Lacazette, I'd have to play Pepe. Yeah, you've got to play Pepe and Saka there as well. But yeah, you wouldn't have Pepe, no?
I don't rate Pepe. Funnily enough, I don't rate him at all.
I think it's a confidence. I think it's confidence that he was playing well. Then he had one poor game, and Arteta immediately dropped him, so that didn't help him. But yeah, I can see. Mate. I think when he played on that side of the pitch, he was doing all right. When Saka went on to the right and he played there on the left, he was doing okay.
Yeah. I think the problem with Pepe is such a hit and miss player, and the thing that I don't really like about Pepe, he's a very skillful player, but you never really see him knock it past a fullback and try and run by him. He's always trying to cut in on his left. He's so predictable at times. And when he plays with Hector Bellerin behind him, it's horrendous. It is really, really bad. But yeah, I know, I agree with you. In recent times, Pepe has picked it up a little bit. But you can't expect that from a £72 million signing anyway, you know. And I think we got our absolute pants pulled down with the price tag, definitely. But I don't know. I'm not sure about Pepe. I think the jury's still out on him. But it doesn't help when you haven't got a manager who's trying to get the best out of you either. You know what I mean? And I look at our attacking front three, total cost, like when you think about how much we paid for him, is nearly 200 million pound worth of attacking talent there.
And the thing is, they've been replaced by players from the youth. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. But
exactly.
I think whatever team he picks, I think we should be okay. I'm telling you, this is not a good side. This is a poor, very, very poor side, Benfica. In fact, I'm surprised we didn't finish them off in the first leg, but we'll see.
We will see. What's your score prediction?
I'm going 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. Any scorers in mind?
I'm going to go Saka and Aubameyang.
Do you know what? I'm going to go 2-0 as well. And yeah, I'd probably agree with your scorers as well. I think Saka and Aubameyang, yeah. I don't really see anybody else who can score goals. Maybe Lacazette, you know. It'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting game. But like yourself, I kind of feel like we should go through. And if we don't go through, there really should be major questions asked about this manager. And about how poor our season's been. So yeah.
Sorry, I just saw this guy nearly scored from the halfway line. They're holding their own, Chelsea, in the game, by the way. They're holding their own.
Who is Chelsea playing?
Atletico Madrid away, but they're holding their own. It's 0-0 still. So
I quite like that manager as well, Thomas Tuchel. He's come
done
in
really
a
well.
lot.
He's come in now and he's got them playing, hasn't he? He's got them playing to the right system, and so he's already got them into a style of play that he wants, which is impressive. Really. But that's experience, and that's what we needed. That's what we should have been getting. We should have got an elite manager, and especially where we were at the time.
Yeah, no. I've just got another comment here. I just want to ask you about. Another thing that's frustrating me a little bit as well is Martinelli.
Yeah.
Martinelli has to play. He needs a run of games, says Leo here. What have you made of it? I mean, like,
he might be carrying a knock and still not over it yet, because remember he was out for a while, wasn't he, with a knock, and then he came back and he's got another knock. I think maybe that's why he's not been playing him. To play, I think it'd be a bit of a gamble to play him when he's not played for a few games now, is he? A bit of a gamble to play him off the bench. I think he could come off the bench and cause havoc. So I think just keep him nice and on the bench, and to come on. Yeah, he's a very talented player, but that injury he got, which kept him out for a long time. Sonny, when you come back, you then pick up some little injuries as well, didn't you? You start picking up different injuries. That's what happens. It's like with Thomas Partey as well. He never got injured hardly ever got injured for Atletico. He picked one big injury up, and then he came back too soon, and now he's picking them up again. So that's another one we've got to be careful of, because we've got to keep him for the rest of the season. Otherwise, we are in trouble, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And guys, listen, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Big up to you, Claude. Thank you for coming on the channel, mate. I appreciate that.
No, thank you, and thank you for inviting me on. It's been a pleasure, mate. It's been a pleasure. I watch you on the Football Terrace. You're very passionate. You remind me of a young me.
Excellent, brilliant. That's a compliment and a half, that is. And yeah. Like I say, mate, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Yeah. I've been following you for a long time. It sounds weird because I know you're not a celebrity or anything like that.
No, I'm not a celebrity. No, I'm just a football fan like you. We're on the same level. And do you know what? It winds me up is some of these people, they think they are in social media, that they think they've really got big-headed now and think they're bigger than they are. We're all football fans, so no one is bigger than anyone else, mate. No one is bigger than anyone else. We're all football fans that love to talk about the game. If we wouldn't do it, if we're not doing it on a laptop or on a fan cam, we'd be doing it in the pub. So that's the only difference. But I don't. This is nonsense. This celebrity, that is not a complete nonsense, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, once again, mate, appreciate you jumping on. Big up everybody who's been in the chat. Big up everybody who's watched as well. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, I know you already are subscribed to Claude's channel, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Make sure you go over to Claude and the Banstas and hit a subscribe button.
Yeah, you have to come on one sometime. Yeah, I'll have to get you on sometime. Yeah,
I'd love that, mate. That'd be epic. Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
No, you know. I mean, you are in the chat, and you do come in the chat now and again, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What I'm thinking of doing soon is opening certainly on watch-alongs, opening the chat after the game, things like that. I'm going to start doing that soon. So there's a lot of different things we're going to start doing, because you know, I always love to hear other football fans what they feel. You know, it's not, you know. It's good. It's better than listening to players. You know that, don't you?
Yeah,
it's better listening to football fans now than listening to players. Anyway, mate, thanks for having me on, and it's been a real pleasure.
No worries, mate. No worries. And yeah, like I say, guys, make sure you smash a like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, and do the same for Claude as well. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. And hopefully we can get a win on Thursday. If not, Arteta has to go.
It's time to go.